Welcome to Common Core Math. This is Grade 7, Module 2, Lesson 18. The focus of this lesson is on writing, evaluating, and finding equivalent expressions with rational numbers. We are going to look at problem 4 from the problem set. It reads, profit is defined as earnings less expenses, earnings minus expenses. At the local hot air balloon festival, the Ma and Pop's ice cream truck sells ice cream pops, which cost them 75 cents each, but are sold for $2 each. They are also paid $50 to the festival's organizers for a vendor permit. The table below shows the earnings, expenses, and profit earned when 50, 75, and 100 ice cream pops were sold at the festival. Part A. Write an expression that represents the profit in dollars Ma and Pop earned by selling ice cream pops at the festival. So we're given information about selling 50 pops, 75 pops, and 100 pops, but in this case, we want to know the profit earned for selling any number of ice cream pops. So let's let P be the number of ice cream pops. And let's try to find an expression for the profit that we'll get for selling these P number of ice cream pops. Well, what we know is if this was P, to get their earnings, they earn $2 for every pop that they sell, which is why 50 pops gives them $100, 75 gives them $150, and 100 gives them $200. So if we have P pops, so far we will have 2 times P in our earnings. But then the expenses, it costs them 75 cents each, plus we have to pay the $50 for the vendor permit. So how much our expenses would be is we still have to pay the $50, plus we have to pay 75 cents for each of the P lollipops, ice cream pops. In order to find our profit is given as earnings minus expenses. So we have to take our earnings and our expenses and subtract them. So we would have 2P minus the quantity of 0.75P plus 50. Part B then asks us to write an equivalent expression. So we just had 2P minus 0.75P plus the $50 for the vendor fee. To write that as an equivalent expression, instead of subtracting, we'll use our distributive property. So we'll have 2P minus 0.75P minus 50. And by combining the like terms, we'll add the 2P minus the 0.75P, and we'll get 1.25P minus 50. So that is an equivalent expression that shows our profit. Let's now move to Part C. It reads, how much did Ma and Pop's ice cream truck profit if they sold 20 ice cream pops? What does this mean? Explain why this might be the case. Well, we just created an expression which was 1.25P minus 50, which is the profit that we get for any number of ice cream pops. So if we have 20 ice cream pops, it will be 125 times the 20 ice cream pops minus the $50 for the permit. And that would be 25 minus 50, which is negative $25. So the question is, what does this actually mean? So a profit could be positive or it could be negative. In this case, we have a negative profit. So what this means is that the profit is negative. Well, that means that actually Ma and Pop did not even earn any money. They didn't make a profit. In fact, it means that they lost $25. Essentially, they didn't sell enough ice cream pops for the fact that they had to pay a $50 permit fee. And finally, Part D. Part D. How much did Ma and Pop's ice cream truck profit if they sold 75 ice cream pops? And again, the same question, what does that mean? So we'll take our profit equation, 1.25p minus the 50, and now we'll assume that we sold 75 pops. So $1.25 times 75 pops minus the 50. And that would be $93.75 minus the 50, and that would be a profit of $43.75. Since this profit is a positive number, this means that they actually earned $43.75. So unlike the previous situation where they lost money by selling these 75 pops, they actually earned a profit and made money.